Okay, so today what we are going to do is we are going to do the meditation part, okay, so that we can get going. Otherwise, we are not going much. So we'll do the meditation. Not the, you can do a closed eyes if you want, or you can keep the eyes open. But basically, today is Uposatha also, and Ari, it will be for you tomorrow. But actually, today is the new moon day. So we had one session in the morning at 6:30 with the Hindi group. So I thought we do it again. For them, it becomes a habit, good habit. And then for those who couldn't join in the morning, for them, they can do it now. Okay, so basically that's what we'll be doing. Taking what we spoke yesterday on the jhanas. Okay, so you'll be able to enter into and you will be able to see that you have entered into jhana. Okay, so that's what we. Let me admit, as many people are coming. So what we are going
No,
to
Uday.
Namo Buddhaya. So what we are going to do now is you're keeping the breath as your subject. Doesn't matter you're closing your eyes, you're opening your eyes, you're walking, you're doing whatever you're doing except for eating, drinking, and speaking. Okay. Apart from these, you are watching the breath. Okay. That's what you need to have a determination. Sankappa. Okay. Now, what we are going to do next is to create Pachavekkhana. Okay, so there is a meaning for that word Pachavekkhana is to reflect. In fact, there are a lot of places where Buddha talks about Pachavekkati. He sees it thoroughly. So we are going to do four requisite thing right now. Okay. So the first one we are going to do is the body. Okay. And body will come from food. No other way you can get the body. So ahara samudaya, rupa samudaya. So the body is coming not because you want it to come, because the food is given to the body and the body grows. If the food is not given to the body, there is no growth in the body. Okay. So now you are supposed to carry the body, which you are carrying. So when you go away, the body is 50 kgs or 60 kgs or 70 kgs or 100 kgs, cannot be lifted. But you are lifting it. So you have to reflect upon that. It's because of you, the body is there. But this body has to be maintained. Otherwise, it will give you many kind of issues. So we need to see what are those kind of issues we are going to get. So what I am supposed to do is to understand that I am not the body. Because if I am the body, then when I am hungry, when that hunger starts, then what happens? So you are not hungry. The body is showing hunger, and there is a Vedana feeling of hunger. It's not you who is feeling hungry. You understand? You have to see it in that way. Hunger is a Vedana, not you are hungry. So whenever you feel hungry, it's for talking, you're saying, I'm hungry, but actually you're sensing hunger. So from today, we have to sense hunger. If there is a sensation of hunger, and then you feed it, that means you are replacing Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. If there is no hunger, then you are not doing anything. So I'm going to Pachavekan of this. Now, why this is important? It's important because it cuts Raga, Dvesha, Moha. Okay. And it will show you Abhinya, which we spoke yesterday, that there is Abhinya, to see it from a different perspective. Okay, so keep the breath, watch the body. It's not your body, but you are carrying the body. You are carrying the body to the washroom, you are carrying the body to the seat, you're carrying the body for walking, you're carrying the body for bathing. So you just make it as, instead of my body, just make it as you are carrying the body. The day you are supposed to drop the body, you will drop the body. Okay? That's a reflection. It's not your body. The day the Ayu ends, the battery ends, you'll throw the body. And then it will go into wherever it should go. It can go to a furnace, it can go on the ground or under the ground. And when you are lifting the body, you don't require any help. You don't require forklift truck. But when you drop the body, to carry the body, you require something. Okay. So you reflect upon that. So now we go one by one on that. Patisankha yoniso pindapatam patisevami. Patisankha is reflection, to consider that which needs to be considered. Yoniso, all this time I was having a yoniso, not knowing, not properly knowing, not having proper discernment. Yoniso is proper discernment that I am carrying the body. That's discernment. That is yoniso. Okay. Pindapatam is, pinda is the ball, rice ball. Pindapata is collection of rice ball, which means alms food. Pati sevami, seva is to use it. Pati sevami is, pati means bonding. So I'm bonding that food to serve the body, which otherwise it is hungry. Okay. So first do this much. Consider it to be not yours. and just see that you are just doing what should be done. Nothing to do with you. So now, having understood, I am taking this just for maintenance of the body. Then I go into the next one. Neva Davaya. Neva is not. Davaya is for sporting it, showing off. Namadaya, not for intoxication. Namandanaya. Mandana is to showcase, to decorate, to beautify. Na Vibhushanaya. Bhushana is to project. Vibhushana is over projection. How much we can make. Yavadeva, only as much. Imassa kayasya tithiya yapanaya. To maintain and sustain this body only for that purpose. Vihimsa paritaya. Vihimsa paritya. Himsa means annoyance, violence. So it gets violent when it is hungry, when the dhatus are gone. So to refill, so that there is no suffering. Brahmacharya anughaya. Brahma plus charya. Brahma as in the reaching the highest, which is arhat. Charya is to practice only for that purpose. I am feeding this body. Iti puranancha vedanam patihankami. Thus, whatever is Puranan, old, Vedanam, feeling or sensation, Patihankami, I am warding it off. Navancha Vedanam na Upadesami. Nava means new. Vedana is the feeling or sensation. Na Upadesami, will not allow to create. That means I am eating because I don't want to create future pain. Future as in at least 4 hours. If it is coming for more than 4 hours, it's very good. Then I don't have to worry about refueling. So we have to consider it is just a refueling station. Because the food does not give so much of miles per hour as a fuel efficiency. Just consider like that. Now considering that Observe that it's not your body, it's only dhatu. So you refueled Patavi dhatu, Apo dhatu, Tejo dhatu, Vayu dhatu. In that very sense, they are Nisatta. There is no person or personality in a Patavi dhatu, Apo dhatu, Tejo dhatu, Vayu dhatu. So if there were no personality in what you are eating, how can that personality be there in the body? Okay. Nijjivo. It doesn't have a life of its own. Because you are there, it gets consumed. If you are not there, you can't feed the body. Simple. Shunyo, empty. So the first level, the body. Now you have to do the Marananasati on this. The body is getting disintegrated. As soon as the food is given, it gets digested, assimilated, circulated, excreted. That's all what is happening. You are the witness to the eating. You are the witness for digestion. You are the witness for circulation. You are the witness for excretion. But you have got nothing to do with that. So this becomes Savitakka Savichara. Now you come to the second portion, Chivara. Now this is for the monks, for the lay, it's just a clothing. Can be any kind of clothing, doesn't matter. Now what is a clothing? Cloth is made out of the same four elements, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. You're not finding anything different than that. So Patisankha Yoniso Chivaram Patisevami. With proper discernment, I make use of the clothing. Yavadeva Sitasya Patigataya Unhasya Patigataya. It's only for Sita, cold, Unha, heat, Patighataya, to cut off the trouble of cold and heat. Damsa Makasa Vata Tapa Siri Sapasa. Pasanam Patigataya. Damsa is mosquitoes. Makasa is housefly. Vata is the wind, Tapa is the heat. Sirim, Siri is centipede. Sapasam, Sapa is snakes. Pasana, contacted by. Patighata, Patigha is striking to cut off that. Yavadeva hiri kopina paticha danatam. Only to cover up the shameful parts, which causes more distress if open. Now I have to wash the body, I have to wash the clothes. Because both are having jigucha, disgusting. As soon as I eat, I need to wash the mouth. Then I have to brush the teeth. I have to wash when I urinate. I have to again wash when I defecate. Then I take bath. All washing only. So as I can see, both the cloth and this are disgusting. You need to keep on washing. And when it is washed, it looks good. But again, it turns ugly, dirt. So, and hence it is anicca. And this is maintenance, dukkha dukkha. You have to keep on doing it, sankhara dukkha. You can't do anything other than maintaining them. But it can turn otherwise, no matter how much you clean. Something or other will be missed out. As in, you have eaten good food, but might not get digested. You have bought good clothes, but might not come to the extent you think it should. So basically reflect, it is viparinama dukkha. Maintenance is sankhara. No, maintenance is dukkha dukkha. Doing the same activity again and again and again and again is sankhara dukkha. Same repetition activity, no change. Keep on feeding the body, cleaning the body, putting on the clothes just to ward off cold and heat and mosquitoes and glad flies. The wind and heat, resistance, crawling things, snakes. So to keep the area clean, the private part. So you're covering everything up. That's all you're doing. And the same maintenance is in the room, Senasana. Just to put this body on the bed and just to stay somewhere, you have to do so much. You have to buy a sofa, you have to buy a house, you have to maintain it. You should have a washing machine. You should have toilets. You should have bedroom. You should have kitchen. You should have living room. You should have balcony. Because this body requires walking. So you have to make it walk. This body requires to sit. Because the Patvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, they keep on diminishing. In order to feed it, it has to evacuate. And then there's a tiredness. So you have to sit. Then again, there is a problem of sitting. So you have to stand. Again, a pain is felt while standing. Then you have to lie down. Then again, there is a pain of lying down. Again, you have to walk. Again, there is a pain of walking. Again, you have to sit. Again, there is a pain of sitting. You have to stand. Again, there is a problem of standing. Again, you have to put it on bed. Again, there is a problem of putting on the bed. Again, sit. Again, there is a problem of sitting. And take it to walk. Again, there is a tiredness of walking. Then you stand. Again, there is a problem of standing. Again, you put it on bed. Isn't that the craziest thing you would have ever done in life? That's all you're doing all the life. Sit, stand, walk, sleep. And for that, you require the room, a house. And again, you have to stop the gladflies and mosquitoes and creeping things and coming into the room. The sun and the wind, snow, storms and other things hitting. And ultimately, all of these are made out of Patavi, Tejo, Vayu, Apo, like that. They are only Dhatu, Dhatu Mattako, Nisatto, Nijivo, Shunyo. But when I stay in the room has to be cleaned. Hairs fall everywhere. The skin drops everywhere. I have to eat, I have to put a cleaning agent on the toilet. I should make sure there is water to flush. I have to have taps for the water to come in the washrooms. It's a huge industry. Laborers, And I am the witness to this laborious task. I am like a prisoner on the death sentence till I am dead. The jailer has given me this task, carrying the burden. This body is Asubha. Now we have come into the Asubha. Now, if this story was ending only with this, was okay. But the body gets sick, so you require medicines. Just taking medicine is not sufficient. It requires hospitals. Just the hospital is not sufficient. It requires insurance. Just having insurance is not enough. So you have to have money. Just money will not come, for which you have to do the labor. So basically, you're doing all of this just for the body. Why don't I let go of the body and enter into the first jhana? The five senses will now move out of the karma, looking at this maintenance thing. Just reflect on this. This becomes savitakka savichara, which is part of yoniso. Proper reflection, proper attention, proper discernment. Do that for next 10 minutes. Then we'll proceed further. Okay, so after doing this, let's come back. So, what we saw is that there is so much of pain in maintenance of the body, then of the clothing, of the shelter, and meditate and the medication. So, when you reflect upon like this, it cuts off the kama chanda, interest towards sensual enjoyment. Then it cuts vyapada, anger, frustration, irritation, agitation, like that. And also it cuts out thinamida, which means sluggishness of the body and the mind. Then if you see there is no restlessness right now, then you can see that you are really seeing the pain of this maintenance. So there's no doubt. And you would know that you had entered into the first jhana. Now you would feel lighter by the body and lighter by the mind. Now I can see there is a difference between a prisoner and a free person. This body is prison. And this prison body requires room, requires lavatory. So much of effort has to be put. Requires food, requires clothing, requires medicine. And ultimately, you're going to throw this body away and go. So now just watch the breath. Each breath going in and coming out. One breathless, two breathless, like that. The death is coming near. No point in wasting time. Don't miss the breath. Right under your nose, the death is there. Don't forget. You are the witness of the body which has gone from the time you came out of the womb. And you are the witness now. And you would be the witness later. Aging, disease, and death. Three messengers of death. In fact, there is a sutta on that. Devaduta Sutta. Don't carry immoral deeds. Today, let me throw out the 10 immoral. It's not my body, it's not my eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the mind. It arises due to condition and departs when the condition is not there. Just like hunger arises when the four elements are down and departs when it is refilled. So these are the four requisites. Now, using your breath, you can watch the five aggregates, the air coming inside and going out is Vayu Dhatu. Just make it as Dhatu. The neutral sensation, what you're getting is Vedana. Calling that as breath is Sanya. The body going up and down, or inflation and deflation is Sankhara. And the awareness of the breath is Vijnana. So do this 5 aggregate meditation for the whole day today, using the breath. Air going in and out is Dhatu. The feeling as in neutral. Naming it as breath or identifying it as breath is Sanya. Inflation and deflation which is happening of the body is Sankhara. And the awareness of the breath is Vijnana. So when we say be aware of the breath, it means bring the attention, make into yoniso manasikara of the breath. Then the senses will not go anywhere. They'll sit just there. Maintain the sati. Sati is also awareness, mindfulness. And Vijnana is that one which knows. So as you are breathing, it knows, and it can know that it is neutral. But due to jhana, if there are pleasant, you see the pleasant. And there is a difference between the sensual, pleasing, and non-sensual. So your first jhana will turn into second jhana, where you will have piti, joy, followed by spurts of sukha, avitakka vichara. There is no vitakka vichara as like what we just now did. Then you enter into the sukha, blissful state, where the body completely disappears. Replace with the subtle body. And after that, you see a bright light, brighter than any object you have seen in this world. And that's the most equanimous state you can achieve. Be in that fourth jhana. Let me not do anything out of body, mind, and speech. No immoral deeds. The moment I do that kind of determination, it turns bright light, brighter than the sun and brighter than as many suns you want to see. Blinding, literally blinding. And very serene. Now I am floating in the sky, in the space, unhindered by any objects, entering into the fifth jhana, bound by infinite space. The body is a distant memory now. From the subtle, I've come to the subtlest, where there are no objects to be recognized. There is nothing attaching between the senses and the sense objects. Now I'm pulled by the conscious experiences, which is infinite. There is movement everywhere. Everything is moving. Everything is vibrating. Everything is pulsating. So much of warmth, infinite consciousness. Now the perception has grown feeble, and the feelings are stopping. Now let's come back and do this process all over again as many times as we wish to have. If you would like to continue, you can. So do this 10 immoral deeds reduction, followed by Pachavekkhana, then the 5 aggregates using the breath, and taking the same one, enter into the jhana and watch the difference between the sensuality and that which is not sensual, between the worldly that is not worldly. Continue your practice as long as you want. I will drop off now. Good day to everyone. Good night.